Welcome back, guys. Today's video is also very simple. You're probably like, JB, what do we got going on today? Well, today I want to talk about my two favorite shows of all freaking time. I want to share this with you guys because these two shows have actually impacted me in a way I never thought a show could. Like, I'm being serious now. These two shows are like my favorite for many reasons, but most importantly, both of those shows have like changed me for the better. And that might sound corny, cringy, or whatever, but listen to me, and hopefully I can like maybe persuade you to watch the show or read it or whatever. My two favorite shows of all time. Number one, I gotta say, is Tengen Toppa, Gurren Lagann. And two, and it's a really close one. Like, I literally couldn't put one above the other. It's hard, but number two, Run with the Wind. I'm sure many of you guys have heard Gurren Lagann. It's pretty popular, but it's not as popular as like Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, like major shonen hits, right? You could even say My Hero Academia is bigger than Gurren Lagann. But Run with the Wind, there's a good chance you probably never heard about that, unless you're like a big anime watcher. Gurren Lagann is a mech show. I'm not gonna really dive into the story behind Gurren Lagann. I kind of will, I kind of won't. I'm just giving you guys the idea of what each show is. Gurren Lagann's a mech show, and Run with the Wind is a sports show about track and field, or you could just say running. Big spoiler for Gurren Lagann and Run with the Wind, of course, so make sure you have watched it, or if you plan on watching it, you can skip to Run with the Wind. Enjoy today's video. It's a banger. So those who have watched Gurren Lagann, you would know that it is probably the most motivational show you've ever watched in your life. You could say it is the embodiment of the human spirit in a show. Like, that show is the embodiment of the human spirit. Gurren Lagann is life-changing, dude. You could say Gurren Lagann's like a love letter of just pushing through stuff, no matter what. It's like you have Vinland Saga with Thorfinn growing, but I would argue that Gurren Lagann is growth, both like physically and mentally, emotionally. Crank that up by 1,000. Like our main character, Simon. So Simon is the MC of the show. Every time he hits like a rock wall, like boom, stops. I can't do this. The narrative, the story pushes him even harder to show that humans can rise past limitations. What Gurren Lagann basically says is, the only limitation that you have is you. And Gurren Lagann is so good with the characters as well, because they don't just magically get stronger. Well, let me stop myself there. Like, they do, but it's like part of the story. Spiral energy, those who know, right? But Simon starts off as a scared, puny kid. He is a kid when the story starts off. He's insecure and he's very unsure about himself. Simon's growth comes with real struggle, grief, and the people around him. So when we see Simon stand by himself, not necessarily by himself, of course, he has a lot of other people with him, but without Kamina in the picture, Simon was the worst we've seen him. Depressed, he didn't even know how to stand on his 2 feet. It was bad. But that's what I'm saying is, when he stands by himself, he gets up and pushes through without having Kamina telling him what to do, giving him guidance or where to go. And guidance is always good, but we gotta figure out how to guide ourselves through life. We can't just rely on other people. So when Simon is able to do that by himself, it's very powerful. And the show has one of the greatest quotes of all time. Believe in the you that believes in yourself. Now you're like, JB, what the fuck does that mean? What that quote is implying is, it's not about being perfect. It's about becoming better than you were yesterday. And you'll really know how impactful that quote is, like how much it really does mean to someone like me once you finish the show, because this quote is literally thrown out there in different mixes, or in the same way I just said, all throughout the series. Episode 1, it might have said it. Episode 2, you might have heard it every episode. I don't know. But that's what makes it so much better, is because we see this quote being thrown out there every single time, and then we see how far Simon has come. Because when this quote is being thrown out there, it's really towards Simon almost every single time. Kamina will say, don't believe in you. Believe in the Kamina that believes in you. But then before he dies, he says, believe in the you that believes in yourself. And that's why I'm saying the quote hits so much harder when you see how far Simon has come. And it's 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 like it's so much more than people think as well. I'm like really getting into it, but it's like really think about it. They went to episode 1 in underground tunnels, just navigating through life, to in the end fighting cosmic level threats beyond cosmic level. And it's like, it's not even stupid either to hear that, because it's like that ridiculous scale is symbolic if you think about it. It's crazy how much the more you believe in yourself, the more you can advance and push forward. You can go beyond planet level threats, obviously not a real world. Gurren Lagann just has that fire to it that you will not find in many anime, shows, TV, movies, like anything. It's motivational in a way that many shows cannot match at all. And it's kind of sad as well, but more so motivating. Simon loses a lot throughout the series. He loses his brother. Not biological, but hell, I would say even if there was something more than biological brothers, Kamina was that. And then at the end, he loses his wife, pretty much. But that was all to save humanity. To allow people to keep dreaming. The dreams of those who have fallen. The hopes of those who will follow. If you know, you know. Okay? This is ball for people who have watched Gurren Lagann. But yeah, that's why Gurren Lagann is as high as it is. Number 1, of course. It's just something very special to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's the first thing I saw of Gurren Lagann was a video of a man. I think I can find it. I can probably put it on the screen because I think it's quite popular, but
after my friend's passing, I found myself watching Gurren Lagann again. It's the story of a young man overcoming the tragic loss of his own friend and then growing into a person that he could have been proud of. I'll never forget what Gurren Lagann did for me to pull me out of that really dark place.
This man lost his friend, a really close friend of his, and I think what they really connected on was Gurren Lagann, or it was just both their favorite shows, and he rewatched it and it meant a lot to him. And I was like, and it was more than just like he lost his friend and he rewatched the show and started, you know, getting emotional, which that's obviously part of it, but the way he explained it was much more. So I'm like, I need to watch this, and I'm so beyond blessed I was able to experience this, because it was really something else, man. If you have not watched Gurren Lagann, even if you don't like anime, if you don't like anime, you're probably not even watching this, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but on the rare chance there is, even if you don't like anime, I would give Gurren Lagann a shot, bro. I would give oh my gosh, what the fuck was that? About choke and die. I would give Gurren Lagann a shot, man. Now, I want to talk about a hidden banger, bro. Underground, you could say. Run with the Wind. Woo! I would run with the wind. Okay, I don't even know where to start with Run with the Wind. Okay, let's actually start with this. I'm more connected to Run with the Wind than I think anybody could say, maybe. And that sounds crazy to say, but let me explain why. But you'll really know what I mean soon. Run with the Wind is such a good show, and it's just like I'm surprised it's not really big. It's not really popular because it's also super inspirational and motivating to the point where you just, after you're finished, even after one episode, you want to get up and just start going. But I'll explain what Run with the Wind pretty much is. Like I said, Run with the Wind is a sports anime about running. Run with the Wind. Track and field, maybe cross country, whatever you want to say. It's a running show. But what makes Run with the Wind so special to me is it's realistic. Gurren Lagann, my favorite show. It's not realistic though. You're fighting cosmic level, like I said, beyond cosmic level. You're fighting God, pretty much. Let's just go to another sports anime, Blue Lock. That's not f***ing realistic. No, not realistic at all, right? But all these shows, of course, have realism to it in some way. But Run with the Wind has realism to it in every single way. Let me explain. Diving into Run with the Wind, you're introduced to a whole group of people. I think 10 individuals in total. And only one of them is a prodigy. Like, really good at running, has great stamina, is fast. No one else on that team doesn't even run, except for one other person. But he's no prodigy. And the end goal for Run with the Wind is they want to go into the Ekiden, which is a big running competition, a whole thing like that everybody looks forward to in the next year. And they want to win. Now, what they always said at the beginning was, this is unrealistic. You want us all to run in the Ekiden, which is like, it's a team relay pretty much. From one person has this, passes the baton on to to the next person, 10 people total, a lot, like the entire day. They're like, this is unrealistic. We're 10 people, none of us run, especially Prince. Prince is this character that is literally me if I didn't work out in some way. The biggest nerd, and just stays at home and reads books, right? Literally the most unathletic person I've ever seen in a show ever, right? It's unrealistic. We're not going to do it. That's what they said. And you're like, yeah, it is. If we're looking at it, if they do end up winning, that is super unrealistic. They only have a year to train, while there's teams that have literally been training 4 years, and some of them are prodigies. But that's the thing. They don't win. Obviously, a big spoiler, like I said, but I said at the beginning of the video, they don't end up winning at all. But that's not the point of the story. The point is that we as humans can do extraordinary things. If we try, we put in the effort, we believe in ourselves, we can do anything. And Run with the Wind did that perfectly. Like I said, no one on the team is talented. You got one person that is labeled as a prodigy, and then half the other team also doesn't even like running. Like, you got some people that, oh yeah, they could run, but they're not runners. And then the other half is like, okay, I don't even like running, and I can't run. Their improvement of running is slow, it's painful, but more importantly, it's realistic. Nothing in life comes easy, especially when you're trying to get better at something. So you really felt every, like, no pun intended, every step they took, and every setback they had, every hardship they had. You felt it all throughout the series because it's slow and you're with every single character. Not one character has more screen time than the other. And that's a fact. I'm not even joking. All 10 characters are all MCs. Not one of them get less. They're all important. To put more realism on it, in this world, we get hurt. Emotionally, physically. We get hurt in some way. The show shows this. In the end, one of the runners literally get sick as hell. Like, super sick. They should not be running. They do it for the team though. They push through it. Someone, the GOAT, I'll get to that in a bit, literally is hurt. Like, badly hurt. And other people also get hurt, like, on the way while training. They don't shy away from that. None of them are getting God-given boost to win this tournament. No, if anything, they're getting downgraded. And then mentally, you have people with self-doubt on the team, wanting to quit immediately, and like just other things outside of running, their personal lives, like failing. They're calling themselves failures. None of it's unrealistic. We all go through these things. We've all been hurt in some way, physically and emotionally. They learn to rely on each other. Like, we need to be, that's what we need to be doing, is relying on each other. The people that we have around us should not be afraid to ask them for help or rely on them. Of course, not too much till it gets to a point. So of course, Run with the Wind is not about winning. It's the idea of running itself as like an act of hope. Even if you're not the best, you're not the strongest, you started late, none of these things matter. Trying is what matters. And that's what Run with the Wind brings to us. But for my reason why I'm so attached to this show has to be because of one of the main characters, Hygie. So Hygie, bro. This is literally my GOAT. So a little bit about Hygie. He is one of the 2 people on that team that was a runner. He wasn't a crazy good runner. He was really good though. He was gonna be super good until he messed up his knee. He had to get surgery on his knee. All these different things happened to him. With all these different things happened to him, he still ended up wanting to run. And that's what makes Hygie so cool to me. Because just like Hygie, I had to get surgery on my knee, which is crazy. This is the funny part about it. I watched Run with the Wind. I finished it a week before track season was about to begin. I then decided, like, okay, actually, hold on, I'm gonna do track. 2 days before practice started, I injured my knee. I tore my meniscus, ACL, and broke a bone. I had to get surgery on my knee as well. The same knee Hygie had to get surgery on. So it was definitely not a coincidence that I just watched Run with the Wind. It was definitely something that was gonna happen. It was planned, you could say. God bless. But even with all that personal attachment that I have with Hygie, with us both injuring our knee and, you know, just trying to get back to doing what we love, Hygie is such a good, rounded, written character. Like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, okay? I think Hygie is the best written team captain ever. ever. Haji isn't just the captain. He's the reason the team just exists in all. He sees the potential in every single one of the people. every single character he sees potential in. He saw potential in Prince. And like I said, Prince is the one character that you didn't even know, bro. I'm gonna put up a thing of him running. It is horrible. But yeah, just like Prince, he saw potential in everybody. Even those who didn't see any potential in themselves, didn't see a future. He saw it in every single one of them, and he helped every single one of them achieve that potential. Without him, there would be no team, no journey, no Ekiden dream that he had, and everyone developed that. He isn't the coolest because he has all these cool, flashy moments, and he's loud or something like that. He's cool because he's such a raw, amazing individual. He's someone who believes in everybody. That everybody has a shot, which everybody does, but he really pushes that. Watch Run with the Wind, man. You'll see how good of a character he is. IG, bro, that's my brother right there, bro. That's my brother. Something IG always said to everyone is, even if you think you can't do it, I'm going to stand by you until you can. Dude, he's literally the GOAT. No ego. Everything that he preaches and does and works for is the pain he's went through. Like I said, it's not about winning the Ekiden. I'm honestly gonna make a whole other video just talking about Haiji. He's that cool. He's really that good. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about those two shows because they're really important to me. They're really good overall shows I think everybody should watch. They both have very two similar characteristics, you could say. Always moving forward, never giving up, becoming better through struggle, but in two different dynamics almost. Like Gurren Lagann shows a limitless potential everybody can have if you just push. And then Run with the Wind is a more realistic approach with everyday effort it takes to improve. And that's why they're my top two, baby. GOATs. But yeah, I just want to talk about that. Check out Gurren Lagann, check out Run with the Wind. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Join the Discord. Let me know what you think. If you like Gurren Lagann, if you don't, tell me why. Because I would really like to know actually. And same thing with the Run with the Wind. Please watch Run with the Wind. More people have watched Gurren Lagann than Run with the Wind. Give Run with the Wind with a shot, bro. If you even like sports shows, trust me, you're gonna like this one. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.